On this week's breaking news, we talk about your June 1st shopping list. Lord of the Rings, the new book Nook is here, and Nike is starting to release its sets. All that and much, much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brick Wear, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate Lego-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the Lego system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brick Wear brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic Lego bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any Lego enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the Lego system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic Lego elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brick Wear page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the Lego spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brick Wear, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their Lego designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things Lego's been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning in, and if you're new, really appreciate you stopping by, and make sure to tell your friends so they can stop by and learn about all the latest news in one simple podcast that's done once a week. Now, there's always news all over YouTube, as a lot of people do short stories, or they do really long. That's 10 minutes for something that just came out with just a couple images, which I sometimes do, but not always. It's just takes a lot of time, and I like to talk about it here because it gives a good encapsulation because, well, I have a very short attention span like all of us do, and this is an easy way to get that done with all the news in one place. I want to thank our patrons over at Patreon. You can also become a patron just by going over to our Patreon page and become a Lego stud, where you get the podcast early without ads and get to enjoy a fun community. Now, for the admin side, continuing to just work on some other videos and some builds. I've really been leaning into just trying to build a lot more, so you can check out those videos on my Instagram as well as YouTube channel. And then that's pretty much it for admin. We're going to do, of course, our set reviews at the end of the episode, so stick around after the news to talk about the 10349 Happy Plants, part of the botanical line, coming out on June 1st, and 76215 Black Panther bust alternate build by Ransom Fern for our Rebrickable mock of the week. That it's just super impressive, and I can't wait to talk about that one for sure. All right, everyone, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. Lego's Timeless Creations Challenge over at Lego Ideas has their 5 build selections for finalists. Now, this will become a Lego set, and I was a little disappointed that mine didn't have the ability to get chosen, as they decided that, well, I forgot that there's a rule that if it's already in Lego Ideas, it can't be submitted for a contest unless you take it down. So I took it down, and it still didn't go in, and so I was a little disappointed. I think the fan would have been an excellent choice for this, but I digress. I'll probably be posting that again on Lego Ideas to become a Lego set. There are 5, as I said. The first is a carousel music box. Another's the rustic barn lantern, rocking horse, vintage sewing machine, and detailed classic retro television. And they all have their quirks and definitely some retro designs to them. Some are more classic, like the music box, horse, and the sewing machine, while the TV and lantern, well, the lantern's pretty old too. The TV is kind of the newest one, but you can vote on that, and that'll end here shortly in 12 days. So you want to get over there and vote to see which set will become a real one. Lego Lord of the Rings, the Battle de Book Nook has been revealed. This is set 10367. It's an 18 plus set at 1,201 pieces, and it costs $130. It does come with a plaque that you shall not pass by a Gandalf, and it does come with the Gandalf minifigure, and of course the Balrog, which has some printed tiles for its face piece, and it does look really good. I think they did a great job encapsulating what the Balrog is in black. It does have some nice wings that are, I think, custom to the set, and the Book Nook is okay. It really doesn't look like it has a bridge to it, which I was a little disappointed by, and the flames are brick built. I honestly would have just rather them had flame pieces just connected together to do that. And at $130, that's pretty expensive. It's 11 cents per piece, sure, but it just is not going to be open very much. I do love Lord of the Rings, but the problem comes down to if I don't get it now, it's just going to go up in price because that's what Lord of the Rings does. So that'll be coming out on June 1st. June 1st shopping guide. Now there's quite a few sets. I think it's 55 plus sets that are coming out. Some of the notable ones that we're going to see is the Krusty Burger. The art set is going to be the Fauna Collection Tiger. The biggest lineup that's coming that's new is Bluey lineup. So you got the Bluey House, the Duplo sets. We've got botanicals. We just have 2, the Japanese Red Maple and the Happy Plants. We have an Italian postcard. Disney has the Angel, which was supposed to be from Stitch, but I don't think it ever appeared. Fortnite's got a couple new ones. The Columbo is their biggest. Harry Potter. Really love the Privy Drive and Marge's visit, as well as the main tower for the Hogwarts Castle. And our ideas, the Pixar Luxo Jr. and Minifigure vending machine are big for sure. Marvel, a couple Minecraft here, some miscellaneous. Speed Champions has the Too Fast, Too Furious Honda S2000. Star Wars, not really anything major, all under $25, surprisingly, and some Technic sets. So those are going to be a nice lineup to have for a Sunday release, so you can go over to your Lego store and get in line for that since it's on a Sunday. You're not working. Well, most of us aren't working. LEGO Dreams Season 3 Enter the Cyber Game has been announced. Have two past seasons, and they're actually splitting it up into 2 sections, as a lot of shows continue to do this so that they promote you going and watching it. The first is going to air on June 5th, and the second half sometime in August. And you can find it worldwide as a total of 10 episodes. 5 brand new Lego sets are launching, as I said, on June. So you can get those to kind of line up with that. And to kind of break it down, the 2-part season picks up from LEGO Dreams, Night of the Never Witch, where the dream world is peaceful, or so our heroes thought, until a flashy new hero, Dream Smasher, appears to cause chaos. Until a flashy new hero, that's interesting. You'd think it'd be a villain. And then meanwhile, in the waking world, a wildly popular Happy app takes over daily life, secretly draining imagination, reshaping dreams through glowing towers and screen addiction. Whoa, well, we're definitely getting into that in the real world. So let's just continue to apply that, and maybe they'll talk about creativity and trying to get back into that. LEGO has their partnership with Nike coming up here, and we've got a few sets on the way, and they just launched their latest shoe. This is the Nike Air Max DN, and it's bright yellow, very, very yellow. It has some interesting details for design on the exterior of the shoe. It has some studs along the entire exterior. It does, of course, have the LEGO logo on the tongue. And then on the bottom section where there's the air cushion gel areas, they have the little printed sections such as a minifigure head, a LEGO stud, and some other fun details on it. It does come with a box that has some building sections to it, so it's got some sorting areas that you can have. And it's going to cost about $160. So for all shoe heads that are interested in LEGO and want this shoe, it'll probably sell on retail for a little bit higher in the aftermarket. I don't know how many people are actually going to wear this, more of just having it as a collectible piece. Another Nike set that was just revealed was a Nike Dunk set. This is 1,180 pieces and cost $100 and released on July 1st. And it has the Nike Dunk shoe and the Dunk lettering, DU_NK, with this tiny minifigure that has a basketball head with some sunglasses to it. It also comes with a basketball kind of launching off on the top section. And I mean, sure, it's very interesting overall. They did add some interesting details where you can pull out the inside of the shoe for both the minifigure to have a little display, and then you can open the tongue section and put like some paper clips or your headphones in it. I don't really know what you would do, but for anyone that's a big fan of the Nike Dunk shoes in the white and bluish color, they're going to be excited about this set. I honestly hope that we're going to get some more clothing line and maybe some other shoes like the Jordan Airs, or who knows. Like, there's so many options here. So hopefully we'll see some differences and additions to that. But it's probably, I think a couple people are a little conflicted by this one, especially at that price, because I thought they were just going to get the shoes, kind of like what we saw for Adidas, but I guess they want to continue in a larger expansion to get people to buy more expensive sets. Surprise, surprise. In 1997, Lego Island was created. It's become a cultural phenomenon where people have just loved this game and really just enjoyed building and having, an enjoyable time with Lego in the virtual world. And somebody decided, they loved it so much that they want to reverse engineer the game. They're going through and custom building new byte checks and rewriting compilations and the original binary to bring the game back to life, and having it more in the C++ realm and giving people access to Lego Island again on modern Windows PC. Since, it's quite some time ago that it was old, they do have a YouTube video up where you can actually go check it out, seeing the recreation of such a beloved game. Levi Colwill is a big Lego fan. Now, he's a center for Chelsea and loves building Lego. He talks about his hobby very often. He said, I saw a girl on TikTok building Lego, so I thought, I want to get into it. The 22-year-old said, I'm a big kid. I think I've built 5 or 6 different things. They take time, but I enjoy it. And he talks about how there's other key players that really enjoy working with him too and enjoy just having the creativity. And it just takes your mind away from everything. He said, last season when I was struggling a bit, I started doing it. I built the Home Alone one from the movie in the background, and time just flies. It's around Christmas time, so I got myself in the spirit. And Lego will probably make them an ambassador because they love having people in sports, or athletes as they are called, as representatives for Lego, talking about being active and also enjoying creativity. And that'll be a fun addition to have Levi join that group, hopefully. And I'm glad that he enjoys and gets relaxation out of building Lego. DreamWorks is having a new animation coming out as a movie, Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. Now, I've seen the trailer for this just recently when I went to the movies, and let me tell you, that is straight up garbage. I mean, your kids might love it. I'm just saying that it is true brain rot, similar to Coco Melon. Like, I could create Coco Melon just using some software, and they're making billions of dollars. So this just looks. Anyways, Lego has decided that they're going to build some sets for it. They've got $23 Gabby's Dollhouse Mermaid, Gabby's Aquarium Adventure, and the Dollhouse Sweet Treat Mountain and Kitty Garden for $55. Great for them. Great for anyone who loves that. They have some new figures that are going along with the little cats from the Dollhouse itself. Surprised they didn't do the Dollhouse. Maybe that'll come later. But yeah, sure. 3D printers are all the rage, and they have been for quite some time now, and they've become cheaper and easier to get. And why would you have to build one if you can just buy one? Well, someone decided they just want to build one themselves. This is actually the 4th time one's been created by Creative Mindstorms, and he's built this 3D printer using the EV3 Lego computer system and a 3D printing pen. And then the whole system itself is made out of Technic for the gears and movement of it. And it does have a bed slider, which is part of the Prusa i3 3D printer. Having the EV block build it is pretty cool. And there's actually a YouTube video also showing how he went and built it and some of the 3D prints he's done. So honestly, people are just super creative, and I love that 3D printing is being creative, and why not have Lego also be creative to make these fun and enjoyable builds? And you can get your 3D prints done. A new exhibit is opening showing the relics, A New World Rising. It's opening in August in Australian Museum. It's talking about the replacement of repopulating the 2000s with minifigures. The best friends, Alex Towley and Jason Harvey, they were the first winners of the LEGO Masters show, have built 15 miniature civilizations within forgotten and reclaimed objects. So they've created some with the Stud's Diner from the 1950s that lives inside a 75-year-old jukebox. And they call it this winner's Blockbuster. And it's really fun that they've created these little creations, and especially in some of these old relics. They have an old jazz style build in an old school piano from New York City. And they stated, we like to find objects that are naturally weathered and have lived a life, and it really adds to the authenticity of a piece. And Harvey talks about their sort of little characters of people that are the face of Lego and the point of connection between us and the Lego world. So you can go experience that this August through the winter as they have this fun little excursion in the Australian Museum exhibition. Rumors of the next Transformers build is Shockwave. It's going to be about 1,502 pieces and release on August 1st at $180. And that's about on par for what LEGO has been doing for the Transformers series, but I'm still disappointed that they have not done Megatron yet. Maybe they did Bumblebee. Shockwave is one of the other more key figures, but I hope Megatron is next. We need Optimus versus Megatron as these Transformers sets. And it even talks about having a sound brick included, which they've done a couple before, similar to the Retro Radio and the Talking Sorting Hat. But it would be nice to have these in other sets, and I think that they're finally going to add it to the Shockwave set and have some iconic phrases for that. Safi Middleton Patel, a 20-year-old goalkeeper, has talked about her love of Lego and having it actually as a tattoo. And she even has a Lego tattoo of the Welsh Daffodil. And of course, she's a big Harry Potter fan, so she has one of those as well. She talks about her love of not only these different fandoms, but really enjoying the ability to have some downtime from her time as being a goalkeeper and enjoying Lego and maybe another ambassador here. LEGO Ideas, a twist of nostalgia for their mini builds has been announced. This is the reimagination of set 6057 that was introduced in 1992 as the Sea Serpent ship. It has 3 little minifigures and the Griffin flag, and it's going to be produced. It's over 750 entries went in, and 13 finalists were chosen, and this was the one that will be built into a gift with purchase. So congratulations to HolidBrick02 for this build. And the competitions are tough. As I just said, 750 people tried to get this. So it's definitely an honor to have one of these made into a gift with purchase. Universal's Epic Universe has just opened, and that has been a big pull for a lot of people who are theme park enthusiasts and a lot of people in the LEGO community as well. Someone's decided that they wanted to build the latest Dark Universe Frankenstein's Manor. It took them 3 months to build, and the Dark Universe ride, The Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, has become so popular, so why not make it into LEGO? And it has some great additions on it, where it even includes the Dark Ride set pieces, Dracula's Imprisonment, the Phantom of the Opera, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. A great job, and definitely a call to have other people go to Epic Universe, since I hear it's really fun. They say don't go right away because, of course, the park isn't completely finished as they're adding different things, but it definitely looks enjoyable to me. A new graphic novel for a Ninjago has been confirmed. This one will be introduced in 2026 and deep dive into the Serpentine War. Ninjago fans have always wanted a deeper dive into the Serpentine War. A strike of the Serpentine is a bigger and bolder story than anything we've ever done before, says Nachine Marshall, senior editor of the Skybound, who creates the comics. More characters, more powers, more adventures. It's going to blow people away. I love when they make these comics because then they will adapt them usually into the TV show, which has become, I don't know how many seasons they've done. It seems like 8 or 9 at this point, maybe even more than that. And it's expected to release February 4th, 2026, and then digitally to platforms on February 17th. So that'll be in 2026, but we have some more coming soon here. Ninjago Shatterspin's graphic novel issue 1 and 2 of the new series is wrapping up in June of this year. 2 LEGO ideas that were part of a gift with purchase contest are coming this July. The first likely to be the snail-centric model called the Autumn Snails, which has 2 little snails on different log pieces for it. And the next one is going to be the Moon Car by Enchanting Noodles, along the same lines of, well, about the same size, about 250 pieces. And maybe we'll get it as LEGO Insiders points for creating this, or it'll be actually a gift with purchase, but likely to see those come July 1st. Rumors of Sonic the Hedgehog gift with purchase is also coming. As Sonic is continuing expansion, maybe we'll see more of an 18-plus lineup, and a gift with purchase might be coming in September. Not exactly sure what it'll be, but with an 18-plus set, they try to do that either as an exclusive or a gift with purchase. So we'll look out for that come September. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all for tuning into the news. As always, I'm going to continue doing this every week until I get really tired or there's no news to talk about, which I don't think that ever happens. So I hope you come back next week. Make sure to tell your friends. And now we're going to move into our set reviews. And our first set is 10349. the Happy Plants. It's a 9+ set at 217 pieces. You'll get 149 insiders points for it. And it's brand new, part of the botanical line that hasn't been released yet. It releases on June 1st. So there'll still be an affiliate link in the description if you'd like to purchase that at a cost of $23. It has 2 small potting plants with some nice, of course, little plants to go with it. But the cutest thing is that they both have little hands and feet as well as little faces to them. And they're in a light bluish color as well as a light yellow color. And they each kind of hold hands, where one is sitting down on its potting plant butt and the other one is standing up. The plant section is pretty basic. It does have some basic leaves to it in the dark green, and the other has inverted 2x2 rounds pieces that are in dark green. And you can even switch them out. One can have the taller plants and the other can have more of the spread out plants to it. And they're cute. They're good desk pieces. And I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy building them. The plants, I think, have this fun little detail on the underside. They have even some tiny roots. And at $23, that's a pretty good price for 217 pieces. And everyone loves the botanical line, so a great addition to anyone's desk. Now onto our rubricable review. This is the Black Panther bust alternate build for set 76215 by Ransom Fern. And if you don't know Ransom Fern, well, he's probably the best rebuilder and alternate builder of our generation. He takes some sets that are okay and modifies them to have a completely different build that is way better. And one of the worst sets, other than the Hulkbuster, was the Black Panther bust. And it had a large-scale bust that didn't even look like the Black Panther. It does have the necklace, which was fine, and the crossed arms. But honestly, really bad. And he's decided to take it up from a different level. It has, instead of just the shoulder pieces, it goes all the way from the waist up with a full crossed arms, a back design, and a smaller helmet that is far more iconic and represents the Black Panther than that does. Still has the crossed arms and, of course, the Black Panther necklace, but this is only using the parts from that set. So I cannot tell you enough how incredible this is. It's $17 at 2,925 pieces that you can buy this set for like under $200 if you look just on eBay, because I think it was like $550 before and it just did not work very well. So I'm excited to have people interested in this and getting this alternate build, because using these different techniques to add more depth and angling to it, I think adds something that I wouldn't expect from an alternate build. You know, he's come out with so many other ones that you would expect to kind of be good, like Bumblebee and Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. And even a Betamax, which was really cute. You can even just buy the Black Panther cowl, the helmet piece, which is 416 pieces at a cost of $10. But if you really want the big alternate builds, you get both. So why not just do that? And you can still use the set itself to create that. So head over to Rubricable to get this set. All right, that's all I have this week. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast as well as the YouTube channel, and make sure to check back next week with more of the bricking news. And I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.